Rahu. Rajo. Viajo. Rahu, Mexico. Guadalajara, Mexico. México. De Jesus. De Jesus. Hello. Morning, everybody.
hopefully, I know we're a bunch of curlers. We won't be too confused with that, but I know I am. But good luck, guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Utica Curling Club. I'm David Craig-Nolan, and I will be calling the final of our 6-sheet open, which is our first live stream of the year. And I hope you all sit back and enjoy. We've got 5 finals, and we're going to be glad to bring it. We're getting ready to line up for our ceremonial march into the shed, and we have a piper here today as well. So sit back and enjoy. There might be a little bit of dead air between now and the start of the game, and we'll eventually have the chat room open if you'd like to talk to us. We always like feedback on how the stream is going, whether the audio and video are looking good to you folks out there, and look forward to a fun afternoon here. We'll call it morning for now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Over modulation. Nope, good. Curlers are lining up in the warm room, preparing for the march to the ice. Very exciting time of the year to be part of the Utica Curling Club. As you can hear the piper out on the ice. And our piper is Clara Rose Tyrell from Fayetteville, New York. Granddaughter of Dave Palazzoli. Great-granddaughter of Jimmy King. You can hear the piper coming loud and clear through my mic. You're very welcome. Enjoy. Always a fun thing to be part of a Bonspiel on a Sunday morning. Means that you had a relatively good, successful weekend. Curlers coming into view now, being led by Clara Rose Tyrell, our piper this morning. Once again, the granddaughter of Palazzoli clan. Dave and Kathy both participating in this event this morning. Always a nice tradition here in curling bonspiels where there's a ceremonial lineup and subsequent little pop of drambuie. Not compulsory. You can have apple juice or a non-alcoholic beverage. It's not automatic that one has to have a shot of drambuie, but that's the drink of choice. Hats off to Niagara Law and Conrad Law, and co-chairs Tim Hansen and Sue Hansen for providing a very, very excellent weekend of fun and enjoyment and camaraderie, which is what curling is all about. And now Teal LaBarbera. Once again, Teal LaBarbera, daughter of Dave Palazzoli and Kathy Palazzoli, knocked it out of the park, as she usually does with her rendition of our national anthem. And now the ceremonial shot. Again, this is our first live stream of the year. We'll also be live streaming Wednesday night. Our rink final in the bottom of the men's ladder will take place at 8 o'clock in the evening. We'll be live streaming that. Yours truly. Might have a helper that night. And it looks like we're getting ready to start the festivities here. Our A final is going to be between the team of Roger Rowlett at skip, Michelle McEnroe Vice, Howie Feldman second, and MJ Walsh lead. And their opponents today are John Jacon skipping, I believe, and I'll correct myself if that's not the case, Laura Jacon, his wife, playing third, Jan Rischel playing second, and Ben Gaetano playing lead. If there's an adjustment on that, we'll make it along the way here. Our usual Sheet 3 A final, ready to go. Our ice crew once again did a fabulous, fabulous job prepping the ice for the weekend's bonspiel. And sit back and I hope you enjoy the game. give us both we'll be able to talk to each other as well. Go ahead, say something so I can see if I can hear you.
And good morning.
Good morning. Being joined by Tim Hansen in the broadcast booth this morning. He'll be handling the technical end of things, as well as helping with some commentating.
Well, thank you very much.
Good to have you. It's funny, over the years that we've done these live streams, there's it's always two is always perfect. 3 seems to be a crowd in the broadcast booth.
Oh, absolutely.
There's too much banter that goes on between 3, but I'm getting back to my roots here. I actually have a radio and TV broadcasting background and never followed up on it, so this is as close to I get to a broadcast booth anymore.
Yeah.
And we're ready to go here. It looks like Roger Team Rowlett will throw the yellow rocks, and MJ Walsh will lead off the game at lead.
And on Team 1, I believe it's Davis with the red and Del Monte with the blue.
And lead rock here by MJ. Looks like it's going to go just short of the rings. Didn't get there. Perfect opening rock. Ben Gaetano now for Team J-Con. Try to throw a corner guard here. Ben, one of the stick throwers in the club now, has mastered the art of the stick. And every game is underway here.
Yep.
We'll keep you updated on scores as the day progresses. It looks like Ben's going to hit the rings with his first shot, and it's going to go just in front of just in the 8-foot circle. Now MJ's second rock. She'll look to take this stone out. Rock really took off on MJ. It curled hard, but I think she might have been. She got Roger got some information early on that rock from MJ as that slides by and just nudges it over a little bit. They both thought it was light. It really wasn't light. It was kind of a board weight takeout that really curled up hard. We've seen that on this sheet this weekend. A little tricky, little tricky spot to read there, both ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Ben with his second rock here will look to throw another. I think he's trying to guard this. It looks like it's a little heavy, going to come in. And it just slid by the rock in the 8-foot. Howie Feldman, the second for Team Rowlett, will try to erase this blue rock. And let's see if this one curls up on him. And it looks like it's on that same piece of ice. And once again, this rock curled really hard and might get a piece of it. And he just nudged it over to the outside 12. So we've seen 2 rocks on that particular path that really curled hard.
Yeah, all this weekend it's been pretty swingy, both ways.
Usually a sign of things to come early in the game. Usually you wait till later in the game after the pebble's been broke down where that starts to occur. But looks like we're going to have a challenging ice to read here today. And Jan Rischel with her first rock. John J-Con electing to split the house here. Good rock coming here, even if this doesn't make the rings. Have a nice corner guard over here. And that's where it's going to get. Roger and I were talking last evening at the banquet that reading ice like this is a little bit tricky. There's a fine line between getting too far outside on this shot and not having it come back, and being if you're inside, it's just going to go. I think he's got a piece of this one. He's not going to keep his shooter.
Yeah, and they were on that right off the bat.
Yes, they were, which could signify that they was inside a little bit too, I suppose.
Yeah.
But mission accomplished. The main part of the hit and roll is the...
It's the hit.
Indeed. So now Jan Rischel with her second rock, and John's going to lose this center guard, I believe. Looks like a pretty good stone if it's got enough weight to get it through. I'm not sure it does. And it looks like just, well,
It looks like they just got it off.
yep. We won't point out the violation there, but that's okay.
No.
Usually you have to wait for the opponent's rock to hit the tee line before you sweep it, but
Yeah.
it's all good. And now Vice Michelle McEnroe with her first stone of the day, looking to make a draw shot around the corner guard here. Front end thinking it's a little light, so they're on it. And I think they read it right. No, it actually looks like it's got enough legs. I'm not sure it's going to curl out. Had enough legs. The early sweeping, of course, took some of the curl out of it. But nice weight there from Michelle.
Yep, absolutely.
Now Laura J. Kahn with her first stone of the morning. Will attempt to take out on that rock in the center. Nice control weight from Laura. Front end able to keep that stone right, Johnny, on the spot there. Very nice throw. And it stuck around. Attempted takeout in the making here for Michelle McEnroe. And nicely thrown. Nice takeout, nice lightweight takeout, control weight. We've seen those rocks curl hard. You can't afford to be inside on that shot.
No, you
and
can't.
She was not out. You really got to get out to the broom here. As we'll see again, now we've seen 4 shots already on this path. See if Laura can attempt to take out here. Yeah, sweep call early from husband John. Looks like she's all over it.
Yep, they're holding it.
It's going to roll. Right out into the open, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But well thrown. Now we're down to skip rocks in the first end. Team Rowlett with hammer. Roger would love to make a hit on this blue rock and either come underneath either blue guard. So if it's anything but nose would work good here to try and get underneath both of those blue stones. Either one would work. Set himself up for 2. Roger and I will be participating in our Club Championship Murray tournament next Thursday. It begins. Roger will skip that team and I will play third. And we have Blake Hagberg playing for Dave Mitchell this year. We made it to the A finals in the Mitchell last year as Utica 7. And solid Ray Edick playing lead. Should be fun. Now Roger's first stone of the day. You heard MJ say normal.
Just got by the guard.
It looks like it's going to roll behind the guard. It's a perfect shot. Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
Just did get by the guard. Yeah, they couldn't sweep it for the roll.
Right.
Because it was real close to that guard, but well thrown. Now Skip John Jacon with his first stone of the day. Pretty much an open takeout on this yellow rock. Hope you folks are enjoying out there. Eventually we'll get Tim in the chat room.
That's all right.
I know we'll have a few viewers and listeners out there. Over the years in Bonspiels that we've streamed, we've had as many as almost 200 listeners. Our college Bonspiel, I think we had 178 in the chat room at one time. It was really a lot of fun because we had a lot of feedback and a lot of cheering on their fellow students and stuff.
Yep, a lot of interaction. It was great.
And now John Jacon with his attempted takeout. Sure looks good from here. Very nicely thrown by John. Of course, without hammer, leaving that rock right in the center here, he could be forcing Roger to one. I think Roger ideally would like to make a hit on this rock and roll out and blank the end.
Yeah, that's the ideal shot.
And I'm not reading this correctly because I've been assuming that Roger's had hammer all, so I got to get my thinking cap on here. But Roger would like to sit. There's a bunch of ways of making this. You can nose hit this and force John to blank the end.
Go.
Or you can roll behind and force John to one. Going to get a little roll. It's actually going to stay on the rings and force John to either hit and roll out, which ideally I think he would like to do and keep the hammer.
Yep.
And if he hits it on the nose, he'll get his one. But well played by Team Rowlett in the first end. The nerve-wracking nature of a curling game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you start playing this kind of game and you like to stick to it, and you put a lot of pressure on everyone on the team to make their shots when you have clean ends like this. You know, before free guard zone, the game was often played this way.
Yes.
You know, because you could hit rocks anywhere. Somebody could throw a center guard and you could peel it, play for your one, and games tended to not have a great big score like they do now.
Oh, absolutely.
Certainly our free guard zone, now that we've moved to 5 free guards, it's kind of revolutionized the game and made it a lot more interesting for not only from a spectator sport, but from playing it as well. The strategies have changed a lot in the last 30 years.
Yeah, I've seen several games where all of a sudden the fronts are just developing. It becomes more of a tap up and, move things out of the way type of.
Absolutely. So I'm not sure what John is thinking here. I think he'd probably like to blank the end and keep the hammer. This is the second year of our 6-sheet open. Really an excellent tournament. I did not know. I was just given a piece of information earlier by Conrad Law that this Bonspiel was actually originated to honor past curlers. And it looks like John got a little outside on this.
Yeah, it just floated right out there.
It's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Rowlett. There are 8 new curlers participating in the 6-sheet open this year. It's great to see. This is a really great tournament for new curlers to get their feet wet, if you will, or cold, or both. And it's great. We've got a bunch of new members in the club this year, and it's great to see that kind of enthusiasm.
Oh, absolutely. Our team that we had 2 new curlers that we had, and they did outstanding.
That's just great. You know, it's great to I try to take a new curler under my wing in the first half of our Charbonneau League every year, if I can get one to join. And usually the people who join, it's one of those things when the bug bites you with this sport, you're going to play it forever as long as your body holds up.
Absolutely.
Now that we're all getting older, I'll speak for myself.
Absolutely.
High center guard thrown by M.J. Walsh. And now John Jacon will ask Ben Gaetano for a corner guard here. Good strategy early in the game, early in the end. Try and get corner guards up so you have something to draw behind. Our ice looks nice and fast this morning. This rock's definitely going on the rings.
Oh, yeah. Maybe through.
Yep. Nice aggressive play here from Roger, trying to go right to the top of the forefoot with MJ's second stone. The philosophy being, you got a guard, why not use it? Michelle and Howie swept this rock really hard. It looks like a good shot if it finishes up here. Oh, that's just a beautiful shot from MJ, right on the teddy bear.
Beautiful.
Beautiful shot. Nice team shot. You know, when your front end recognizes that the weight is close and that they can use the power of the brooms to get the shot, that's really the nature of this game.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, when 4 people are all on the same page and understand weight, it really makes the game a lot more fun. If the front end, again, part of the new curlership, the players that take to this better than those who don't are the ones who sort of get that early and really can make for a lot more fun than just going out there and winging it.
Oh.
Another great shot here. That's an absolute beautiful shot.
Just bumped it up.
Very nice.
Bumped it back, yep.
Great shot there from Ben. Yellowstone is still shot rock. I think Roger will play a little defense here. This may tap this rock up for shot rock, and I believe it did. Oh, it locked it right on. I didn't lock it. It created a little separation, but that's not exactly what Roger and Howie had in mind for that shot. I think he was just trying to cover it up or corner freeze it. So Team Jacon is actually lying 1 now. And John will play aggressive here and try and get a second rock on his blue rock that's shot. Boy, this looks like a great shot. And it got by. Oh, what a beauty.
Michael.
That's a beauty.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure that they're second rock, but it looks like they may be. Hard from this angle to tell, but great throw by Laura Jacon. Absolutely great throw. Roger yelling down to Howie that he's looking for bumper weight. For those of you just tuning in, wondering about curling lingo, that means that the weight he'd like this rock to be is to the back wall here. It's not quite a takeout, it's just sort of a finesse type shot. He's gonna get it. Great throw. Nicely done.
Yep.
I think yellow is definitely shot rock in the front of the forefoot, but I think blue is second. Hear John yelling down to Jan. He's looking for the same weight that she just threw to try and tap that yellow rock out, and could sit 1 and 2 here.
Yep.
Doubles there if it comes over on the high side. Jan's reaction was she's not happy with that shot. It looks like she may have left that one out a little outside. Unfortunate shot there for Jan. Had the right weight, just a little wide. Now what does Roger do here? Tap on the yellow one at the top of the forefoot's not bad. Especially if you tap the blue one out of the forefoot and you'll sit 3. And he's going to play a little defense here. Okay.
Yeah.
Just cut the rings down. Wiser choice here by Roger than what I just pointed out, because he would have left the draw path open on the other side had he not done this.
Yep.
Control takeout.
Weight looks real close here.
Yeah, they're on it.
A little bit light, I think. Nah, it's actually a over curling. Weight was pretty good. It really curled up hard on her. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the delicate balance is depending on your weight. It'll swing hard, or if you're just a little bit more heavy, it'll just go straight.
Yep. John looking over his options here. I think he's got a draw here, but this is risky of probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get rid of that yellow guard way up high, but like he just said, this plan B would be to chip that one out of the way. Definitely making contact here. I think he's going to take his blue rock out in the back. No,
No.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
Turn it in. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Turn it in.
So yellow sitting 1, blue sitting 2. Both rocks behind the tee line.
Yes, yes, yes.
It looks like he's giving them a little bit more ice so that they can draw in that guard.
I think the weight is real close here.
Yep.
Also curling up hard. She's going to be on the top one again.
Yeah.
Boy, it curled hard. Looked like she got out to the broom that time. However, this is really going to cut the rings down for the blue team.
I want to.
Oh, no,
a nice
it didn't.
tap.
No, it actually opened it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it had that much momentum. So now the door is open for John to roll off, just kind of with 8 foot, back 8 foot weight, just kind of roll off that yellow one and roll it into the pile. I mean, if you could freeze in between those two blue ones, two yellow ones, you're in business.
Yes, absolutely. Makes it really difficult to get rid of that blue if it's in there.
Could feasibly sit 1 and 2 here. Could Team J-Con. Boy, it looks good if it's curling. That's a good shot.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Oh,
Nosed it.
unfortunate. Little overswept maybe, huh?
Yeah, it could have
A
been.
little overswept.
Yeah, just needed to just cut a little bit more.
Now, if Roger can hit this blue rock and flop over to the center, he's really going to cut the rings down. And I'm thinking John's got to go after that yellow guard way out there. You know, how often have you seen playing this game where you don't take a guard out when the free guard zone is over like that? And it's in the way. It's a factor. I know it's way out, but it's a factor. Especially when the other team gets a lot of rocks in the park and you got to hit something.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it's just an eyesore. It's an out, you know.
Good call, Tim. Looks like he's got a nose hit, a little outside hit. So he left the rings open. He is sitting 5, is Team Rowlett, but quite an open path here for John. Looks like he's going to do a little cleanup with his first rock here and hit. There is an option of drawing the other way, you know, and drawing one of freeze on that rock there, but he may have to draw with his. I've never liked as a skip having to throw big weight with my first rock in anticipation of having to throw a draw with my second rock. My third, fine, but it's tough to throw big weight and there's a real art to being able to do that.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost like a lead when you've swept the entire stone there, and then all of a sudden you have to turn around and you got to throw a guard.
It's a funny game in that respect. John will do a little cleanup here. He does have the hammer. Would like to open this up completely and get all those yellow rocks on this side behind the tee line and roll to the center of the 4-foot if he can. That would be the ideal shot.
And they got it back past the guard.
Looks like a nose hit or a little outside nose. Okay. A little oversweep on that, a little overzealous on the sweep on that one. Had to curl. Roger will look to bring one to the top of the 4-foot and sit 1-2 here.
Yeah, and ideally freeze on his own yellow so that
Actually, if he freezes on his own yellow, he's going to give John a chance to run it in there and get a double and sit 2, right?
Yeah.
You want to be like just out counting the blue one right in the very center on the top of the 4-foot, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. We'll help each other out. Could have opted to come this way and hit and rolled off the blue one and done the same thing and then leave John sitting with no rocks on the park also.
Yep.
I think that's what he might be looking at.
Yeah, I think he's taking a second look.
They're looking to our left or the right side of the sheet looking down. Uh-oh, we've got a community effort here in strategy now. It's never good.
No.
In my world anyway. And Michelle having a laugh about it. And we decided on the same shot. Curlers are a funny breed of people. Getting a chuckle out of the gallery watching the game here today. I try to make this as fun and funny as possible. You know, it's a little. It's not like calling a hockey game or a frenzied basketball game. That's for sure. There'll be trivia later on in the day. I have a few trivia questions in my pocket that I always ask when there's a little lull in the action. A little heavy. I don't think Roger wanted this rock to come that deep. So he's going to give John an out here by coming past the tee line. And now the Hammerstone at the end.
Absolutely.
Not a gimme. It looks like John's got to draw a little bit of the button for one.
Yeah.
And that's what he's lining himself up for. Nice to have backers. He's going to have the same shot that Roger did, and if he's heavy, he'll come to the one in the back and not outcount the other one, but there's an awful lot of yellow rocks on the park. I think he's only sitting 2 actually right now, but
yeah,
it is yellow. I think John would be happy to sneak out of here with his 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And at the end of the second end here, Tim will give you a little synopsis of what's going on in the rest of the shed here. John Jaycon with a Hammerstone in the second end. Needs a little piece of the button to get his 1. Definitely heavy. We're going for the hit and roll now. Looking for the hit and roll, looking for the wick and roll. Good call by Laura, recognizing that she may sneak out. That's a great call by Laura Jaycon.
Oh, beautiful.
She saved John's bacon there. He was wide and heavy, and an absolute beautiful call of the plan B there for. And now if this covers the button, this is going to be a 2-pointer, which I think it might have. It might touch the very center of the pin. In this tournament is a 2, so that would be an added bonus. You have to get a spike to do this, to call this right, and go straight down if it touches the rock. Maybe they're going to find out. Not sure. They're kicking the rocks out of the way, but. Looking for some confirmation here, but I'm not getting any. No. I'm not getting any confirmation. It's a great call by Laura. The recognition, again, that kind of, when you get that kind of feedback from your front end,
oh, absolutely,
that the rock is heavy. We knew it was heavy up here. Laura recognizing that, in-offed one of the yellow stones and actually took their point in the end. I'm not sure if they covered the pin for 2 or not, but we'll find out when they hang the score down there. So, Tim, if you want to go ahead and give everybody a little heads up of what's going on in the rest of the sheets, go right ahead.
Sure. Right now, it looks like everybody's starting. Sheet 1 is through 2 ends. I think they're right now. The score is 1. Del Monte 1. Sheet 2. Palazzoli is up by 3. Sheet 4. Laws are up by 2-1 over Stevens, and DiGeronimo is, I believe, up by 4-2.
Thank you, Tim. Now, exactly what we thought happened did. So, kudos to Laura Jaycon on recognizing that shot. She actually was able to redirect that last stone that husband John threw to the right to the pot for a 2-bagger. So that's a really important. We'll follow that one. We're going to think about that one should this game wind up a 1-point game. That was a great call.
Oh, absolutely.
Boy, look at this rock curl. Oh, my
Wow.
God. That rock went sideways. Holy smokes. Well played, though. Got the center junked up, does Team J-Con, which is what you want to do is clutter the middle without hammer.
Yep.
And now MJ with her second rock. Try and draw around this pile of granite in the front of the park. Not curling. She got a little wide. It just doesn't look like it wants to curl out there. We've seen a couple rocks out here that just aren't finishing.
No, they're not.
Got to have the right weight. And this is going through the park, I believe, and it does. Okay. Jan Rischel looking to draw around the. This is one of those ends shaping up with all these rocks in front that you really got to try and get something to the forefoot at this point and force the other team to open the front end up.
Yep.
Gonna kiss off the rock in the center. Quite possibly. It puts one on the rings behind cover. That's not a bad outcome there for Jan. Rock may have been a little heavy if it got around, so that's a pretty good outcome. Howie Feldman looking to draw with his first rock. The ever solid Howie Feldman. Line looks real good on this one. If it's not too heavy. Boy, it must be quick over there because these rocks are just gliding.
Oh, absolutely.
This baby's going right to the back 12. And shot rock, however. I think we'll continue to play draw game here. It's funny how somehow when ends set up that it really it's almost like an ebb and flow. So you know the draw is coming. Until somebody gets to the forefoot here, you got to keep drawing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's a hard end to open up the front end now, the way they're staggered like that.
Yeah, it makes that very tough.
Yep. This looks like it's going to come to the backer and wind up shot rock, and it does.
It does, yes.
So blue's sitting 1 and 2. Circles are pretty much wide open here for draws. Second rock for the second, Howie Feldman. And the ladies on the front end are saying it's all there, so waving to Roger. Good recognition that this rock is heavy.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to come right to the backer again. May not get that far over. No, it's actually just going to go through the park. Unfortunate miss there for Howie. It's either real fast or the players are having a tough time adjusting to the speed of that particular spot out there. Could be that the shot just can't be made.
That's, you know what?
Maybe it can't be made, Tim. I don't know. Yeah. We're just sitting up here calling the game. I don't know. It can't be made. We're trying. It's a horrible feeling as a curler when you're trying to keep a rock on the rings and it goes to the hack. It just doesn't feel good, you know?
Yeah, it's almost like when you have just a rock out there and then after like 3 or 4 times that you try to get rid of it and you keep on missing, you go, okay.
The next time you're going to be dreadfully light. We're still trying to draw here. Now, if John looks for this one, he might be able to make a tap up on this rock. if it hits it on the outside. It's got a lot of weight.
I think they are looking at that.
Unfortunately, it's going to go through the rings. Maybe not. No, it's stuck around. So blue,
No.
without hammer, still sitting 3. Rings are still wide open. I mean, the 2 blue rocks in the back are not factors if you can get one in the 4-foot circle behind cover. It takes them all, take them all away, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and even if they're a little heavy, they can be just backing, and you can sit on them.
Sure.
So, not the ideal, but it's there.
Again, this is a real fast piece of reel. This rock is going through the park. I can't believe this rock is going as far as it is, but it's through the house.
Yeah, it's just gliding.
Just can't find it. I know the feeling.
Through the hole.
Wow.
Through the hole.
We're going to keep attempting this draw until somebody makes it. It's the right call.
Oh, absolutely.
But she really finessed it, and look at this thing go. It's just going and going. I mean, this has got to be 25 or 26 second ice over here. This is just brutally fast. This is also coming to the backer, so they're going to sit 4 now. There's a wall of rocks back there. Got one of them off the rings.
Yeah.
God, it was like a light takeout. It's hard to believe. Yeah, we're going to keep on trying.
Absolutely.
Third end causing havoc among the teams here trying to get to the 4-foot circle. Let's see if Michelle can adjust her weight here. She was through the house with her first one, looking to get one right on the 4-foot circle behind these guards, and she just dropped that one. So let's see. And they still are waving like it's heavy. My goodness. Wow. Look at that go. It's like the water safari over there. This may come to the backers and wind up shot rock, however.
Yeah.
Nope, not quite. Yeah, can't tell from here, Tim. I think it doesn't matter. Everything's behind the tee line, but
Yeah, it's tough to call. With the angle, maybe yellow, but
now the shot is still the draw. You've got a backer there, right?
yeah.
And that's like plan B. But you really want to get one to the top of the 4-foot behind the blue, yellow, and the 2 blues in the yellow one. So you're almost looking for those of you playing at home, a back line to hog line. You're looking for about it looks to me like about a 4-0 split or a 3-9-5 type split on back line to hog line with a draw here. Anything faster than that's going to go to the back of the park.
Oh, absolutely.
No complaints about our ice crew. This ice is lightning fast. Be interesting to see if somebody throws a guard on the other side. It hasn't hardly been played on. It's almost fresh pebble over there.
Yeah.
It definitely will be slower. John got a little wide here, but now it's starting to swing back. He's all over it. It's coming right to the backer, I believe.
Yeah.
So now they're sitting 1 and 2 for sure. Door's still open for a deuce here for Team Rowlett if they can get one to outcount everything and behind the guards.
That's true.
Front of the 4-foot circle would be a great outcome for this one. First skip rock from Roger Rowlett here in the third end. Team JCon sitting 2 at the present time. Hands up like it's heavy. What a shocker. I don't believe this one's heavy though. I think this one's got the right weight if it can get by the guards here. This is going to be a dandy.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to finish it right up here. Didn't quite get it behind, so that's movable. But it was the right weight, and it's right in the top of the forefoot. Just didn't finish. Go
Nope.
figure. Now does John draw? John's going to draw on the other side because there's a danger of running it into the backers on this side if he tries to erase it.
Oh, yeah, and it would jam, and Roger would still be one would shot.
Right. Aggressive move here. If you chip the yellow one out, you're forcing Roger to 1 because blue is sitting 2 right now. The Hammerstone, he'd have to try and make his 1, and that would really be mission accomplished in a curl. You don't mind giving up 1 here. You just don't want to give him 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Good luck trying to guess the weight of the ice over here. It hasn't been thrown on yet, I don't think, over here.
Not a lot.
So it's going to be slower for sure, just because of the amount of fresh pebble that's still sitting over there. Big shot here. John could steal the end if he gets one to the outcount the yellow behind guards here.
Come on, come on, come on. Wait. You left too short of the hog. You haven't played this side very much. Boy, that guard is curl like crazy. Remember that the more you sweep it, the farther it curls. Yeah. So maybe next time we play the other turn.
It's got plenty of weight.
Yep.
And the door is now open for Roger to get his deuce. Just got to draw the 4-foot circle on this side. I think they're counting 1. I can't swear to it from this angle. And it's closer. They're looking at it, so from here it's a very tough angle to tell.
Yeah, it is.
Can't split the yellow rock on because you can't see enough of it to roll it
Nope.
back and flop over. So he's drawing possibly for 1, maybe a measure for 2. Hammerstone, third end.
Come on. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Come on. All the way, all the way, all the way. Yep. Yeah, I got it. There you go. Hey, Danny. Tell him he's making you work hard. Yeah.
Roger's by. You don't know if he's going to get there close enough, though. He did. That is, I think so. I can't swear. From this angle, it looks shot rock, but we're probably going to measure those 2, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to measure the whole.
Yep.
We're going to measure the whole schmagegi.
Yep.
Michelle Macaron with the measuring device out here.
Okay.
See if we can determine who's shot rock here out of all three. They're measuring all 3 stones, so it's closer than it looks. This angle, it's hard to tell. You know, we're not looking straight down at the house. That one missed, and that one missed. One blue.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. So a steal of 1 there for Team JCon. As this was the last shot from Roger was left just a little short. So 3-1 in favor of Team JCon after 3. Tim, you want to update the scores?
Sure, absolutely. Through all 3 sheets, or all 5 sheets, on sheet 1, Davis is up by 8-1 over Del Monte. Sheet 2, it's Palazzoli by 4 over Stuhlman. On sheet 4, it's Law 4-1 over Stevens, and DiGeronimo, another big score, 8-2 over Convoy.
Thank you very much, Tim. Nice to have a little company in the broadcast booth here today. Well appreciated. Doing a great job over there with the technical end of things.
Well, thank you very much.
So the opening rock goes right on the rings, and Roger will try and hit and roll away. Keeping it on the rings way on the outside would be an ideal shot here. Not quite.
No, no, no. It's way wide.
A little inside there, and that rock's going to go through.
Way wide. Can't be wide on that side.
I think John would like to throw a guard now.
Way out there.
Yeah, it looks like a guard.
The ever solid Ben Gaetano playing lead with the stick today and doing a great job of it. He jokingly said to me before the broadcast to not say anything bad about him. I've known the guy for years, and I'm not sure that I'd have to dig really deep to say anything bad about Ben Gaetano. One of the funniest guys I've ever met, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like a nice guard.
Absolutely. A little high.
A little high, but as we said earlier in the earlier broadcast, that can be definitely a hindrance.
Can't be outside. Heavy draw. No. If we're narrow, we're going to raise that.
Well, I've just been informed that Ben's family's in attendance, so amen, Ben. When you go back and listen to the broadcast later, you can buy me a beer the next time we're at the curling club together, okay? And nice shot here from MJ. She's going to get rid of that blue stone and roll away. Really good shot.
Wait. Whoa, whoa.
And it's a nice roll. Just
Yep.
puts it right over to the side. You know, later on it can count. And it looks like they're going to get rid of it.
Yeah, this is a smart move. You know, you don't want to leave that rock laying around up 2 here. You'd love to force Roger to 1 and get the hammer back, and by making this kind of a play, that's certainly what he's attempting. Not going to get there.
Nope. Yet again, just
What I haven't figured out is both skips haven't opted to come from the inside out on that shot. I think you can hold it straighter if you come from the center out on that. Nobody's attempted that yet. It's kind of a natural thing to want to come outside the rock in, and the way it's curling, it's real tricky.
yeah,
You've got to have really up weight and be right on the rock with up weight, but finesse shots aren't cutting it today with that kind of curl,
no, not at all.
with takeouts anyway. Roger's looking to guard this rock, I believe, but I'm not sure that it's going to get there. It's heavy and try to get a little separation between these two here. And that's a double waiting to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
that rock. There's not enough room for the rock to go between them, so if it actually hits right dead center of the two rocks, it's going to get rid of both of them. Bunch of ways to making this. She put a little mustard on this one, did Jan?
Yep.
I think she's going to like this.
Yeah.
It's enough weight to get rid of both of them if it hits it right. Boom. That's a great shot. Would have been better if the yellow rock got off the rings, but still a well-thrown rock there by Jan Rischel. Takeout attempt here from Howie. Nice throw there from Howie.
Yep.
And Rowlett sitting 1 and 2. Got to hit about 3 inches of this rock on the left of the rock, looking from the broadcast booth, and she'll double both out and put her shooter maybe even behind the blue one. Nope, gonna roll right over the top of it. So now Roger has the option of splitting the park, which I believe he'll do, or go for the top of the 4-foot circle. He'll stay away from that rock now, the fact that it's so far on the outside. Yep. Roger and I have curled together a lot over the years, so I kind of I'm anticipating what he'd do if I was playing with him today, and this is the right call, either or. You don't want to leave the 4-foot circle with that guard out there. You want to get to the 4-foot now because the other team can beat you there, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Draw attempt here from Michelle McEnroe. 4th end. We're down to Vice Rocks now.
Yeah.
Little light, I think. I don't know. Well, maybe it's going to make the rings. Boy, by virtue of a big sweep job, they're going to get this on the rings. I believe they got it there. They did. Wow. Whew. Big effort from the front end to get that rock on the rings, huh?
Oh yeah, just started biting in.
John looking to see which one of these rocks is shot rock. Looks like the one that he's pointing to, the one at the top of the park, is shot rock. There's a real thin slash double there.
Yeah.
Attempting a takeout on this one on the outside. And I'm sure Roger's happy with that now, because if she doesn't keep her shooter, the next shot for Roger would be to tap the yellow one up and split them and get both rocks on the ring.
Yep.
Might have been better off going for this one at the top, but we'll see how it works out for John. If he can get a hit and roll behind everything, it's a long way. It's a 6-foot roll. Might have it too. Ooh. No, it looks like more of a nose hit.
Yep, nosed it.
And it didn't out count the yellow one, so this is a little minor victory for Rowlett here.
Yep. So it looks like they're playing the draw.
Yep. I think I'd almost be tempted to come the other way and try and split the other one on better and guard, you know, but that's... See if Michelle can find her weight. She was a little light on the first one. They're also sweeping out of her hand pretty much. It's about the same weight she just threw, isn't it?
Yes,
A little
absolutely.
lighter even.
Yeah, even lighter.
Not exactly what they had in mind. Now John can draw to the 4-foot circle here and spoil the party. Yep.
Yeah, draw there, and it just makes a run back or anything
Oh,
like
yeah.
that very tough.
Fur. Big steel end here if he could get one to the top of the 4-foot. Setting up for a good steal. Pretty crucial shot here. 4th end. John Jaycon with his first skip rock. Looking to draw around these guards and get one right to the top of the 4-foot circle and really make Rogers' life miserable here if he could get one to the top of the 4-foot.
And we'll have to see how this, if this is as fast as the other side. Doesn't look like it.
Looking good. Looking good. Little heavy. It's going to go past the tee line, but it is going to be shot rock.
But it did get behind
A
them.
little overswept.
Yeah.
A little overswept by the front. A little overzealous with the brooms, leaving the door open again for Roger to get his deuce. Very important for that shot to be in front of the tee line, even if it's not buried. Front
Right.
of the tee line.
Yeah.
And the other team has to deal with it, especially if it's shot rock, right?
Absolutely. Whereas now Roger has a backer, and you know if he's over, he can just sit right on there and still have his 2.
Didn't out-count it. No, that's a missed. Front end missing the weight of that rock, unfortunately. Now John has a chance to sit 1 and 2. He gets one to the top of the 4-foot here. Roger's in dire trouble. Hard to anticipate that curl, and I understand why they were sweeping that rock for weight. Unfortunately, it was wide and out in the frost and lost momentum, but tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So John Jaycon with his last rock of the fourth end. I think he'd like to be right on the top of the 4-foot circle, sitting 1 and 2. Make Rogers' life difficult trying to get his 1 out of this if he can do that. Even top button is okay here. Now with the importance of the 2 being if you cover the pin, I guess if you're going to be top button, you might as well cover the little hole in the center.
Oh, absolutely.
Looks toasty. That's unfortunate for John, because short would have cut the rings down, you know. And unfortunately, this is going to go through the rings. So Roger pretty much has a 4-foot draw to get his 1. But mission accomplished for Team Jaycon, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They're sitting 1 right now, forcing Roger to 1. And if Roger misses, it'll be a 3-point advantage for Team Jaycon. So a little pressure here for Roger. I try to ask myself sometime when I'm throwing those shots, you know, what's a good miss? If I can't make the draw, what's a good miss? So in that case, with no hammer, short is a good miss.
Yeah.
You know, because you're cutting the rings down, making it hard for the other skip to. What can make my opponent most difficult? What's the most difficult scenario for my opponent? Hammer stone fourth end. Team J-Con sitting 1. Roger looking to draw the 4-foot circle here to take his 1. And Roger made a nice draw here. Yeah, very, very nice for his 1.
Beautiful shot.
So at the end of 4 ends, it's Team J-Con 3 and Team Rowlett 2. You want to update, Tim?
Yeah. We have on sheet 1, Davis 8-3 over Del Monte. Looks like Palazzoli and Stulman is still in the third end, or they're just starting their fourth end, and so far it's 5-0. And of course, sheet 4, Law and Stevens, I believe it's 4-2. And on sheet 5, DiGeronimo and Conboy, looks like he's 11-2.
Thank you for that. Back to our 5th end here.
Yours was in the house.
MJ's going to slide into the 8-foot circle with her first rock. I think John will waste no time getting rid of it. Hammer back now for Team J-Con. Ahead 3-2 in the 5th end. Ben not happy with that one. Not a happy camper by his reacts. And Roger will still try and cover this up. Good game though, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice nip tuck, 1-point game. It's so much not fun to call these games when they get to be like runaways, you know. It's not. I don't think it's fun for either team. Curling games are much more fun when they're close. As you can see, I don't think there's a close. The rest of the games, only sheet 4 is really a close game at this point.
Yep.
Might see some early departures from some of those games. Boy, look at this rock curl. Holy
Wow.
moly. Going on the rings.
Touching?
Yeah.
Nope. It's on the rings.
Ben will get another chance at his takeout here. Nose hit will get them both on the top one. Right on the schnoz. Line's getting better. Getting better. Not quite. He's going to get rid of the top one. And roll away. So, got one of them out of there.
Yep.
And Howie Feldman will attempt to guard this rock. Looks like this is coming in too.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Guarded up nicely by Howie.
Yeah. That's a nice guard.
John's got hammer here. Trying to freeze to that rock. Interesting. Free guard zone is over. I'm not so sure that I wouldn't try to run those yellow ones, but John may be playing to the strength of his player.
Just a little.
I think it's going through. Maybe it is. Just a little biter.
Yeah.
Half a biter back there in the back. Yellow still counting 1. Roger will try and junk up the front end here.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things you say to yourself as a skip is that yellow rock going to win the end, and it shouldn't. So you don't give it a lot of, you still have to throw your center guard here.
Right. And it gives you enough cover where you can draw another one in.
Sure.
Oh, and it came and froze.
It's a great shot.
Yep.
Hard to get to with that guard in the way. And now John is going to probably do what he should have done with the first one. But that's okay. I like the freeze that he was talking in the first shot.
Yeah.
Now he's forced to make that peel. Whoops. Nope, it's coming over nice.
It's coming. Yep.
Going to peel the top one out of the way. Good shot there from Jan. And she leaves a very useful rock over on the left side of the sheet looking down as a corner guard.
Yep.
So that's good.
Nice position.
Very good shot. She's happy with that. Nice Cheshire Cat smile there from Jan Rischel. Roger will try and cover these 2 rocks up, sitting 1-2. It's a real tough double. It's froze right on there. So there's no need to jiggle them around. If they weren't lined up properly, you might want to give those yellow rocks a little jiggle just to kind of make it so there's no double there. But
Right.
Michelle McEnroe, her first rock of the 5th end. It's a comforting thing when you're playing curling and you have to throw guards, but you got to make them.
Oh,
You know, when I'm skipping, I love, oh, geez, I just got to throw a guard here. I just got to throw an 8-foot guard. Good looking stone here from Michelle. Perfect. Absolutely perfect rock.
beautiful guard.
Yep. Yep. John wasting no time. He's going to peel that. Hopefully run it into the yellow ones and get them so those aren't froze on top of each other.
Right. You can always, open it up, and then if they don't put another guard there, you can remove that the next shot.
It's going to work out. It's a great shot.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Little unfortunate outcome there, leaving it in front of the two yellow ones, which are still counting 1 and 2, but it did get rid of one of those. They're unfrozen now. Roger's going to play a little tap on this yellow rock in the center. Just try to tap it behind the yellow and blue one. Pro side misses short here. you're short and clutter it up further, it's a good thing for Roger. Looks like it's got the right weight to tap it if it comes over enough. Starting to come over now.
There it comes.
Just got to move it a foot or so. That's a great shot from Michelle.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Very, very nice. Things getting a little sticky here for Team J-Con in this end. Laura looking to make kind of a thin double here. She can hit a couple inches of that rock on the outside. She's got it.
Yep.
Might jam. Yeah, it jammed it. Good try there. Good shot. Bad outcome, but good shot there from Laura. Well thrown. Roger looking to cut the rings down here on John now. Just going to throw a guard right about. Oh, it looks like he's drawn. Okay. He's trying to come right around the whole business. Again, the pro side misses short here.
Oh,
As
absolutely.
you cut the rings down. Well, if this has got legs, it's going to be a good shot. It looks like it's over curling, so they want to leave it short, and they came off it. That's a good shot. Got it by the blue one. Yep.
Yep.
Now what if you're John with your first rock here? He's got to figure out how to give himself a look at this 4-foot circle. I guess there's still room to draw here. He's got a port of about 2 feet on this side where he's going to try and draw. And this could be a real showstopper for him if he can get one around here. 4-foot circle still vacant.
Yeah, if he can get it back in, it's that tough one to remove because guard's up in front. And
Yep. Don't want to get it right behind the yellow one. Then there's a double raise there if you can see just enough of that yellow rock to raise it back. So you want to leave it this side to the left of the yellow one. Biter on the top of the 4-foot would be superb here for John. Just don't want to leave it in the open and give Roger an out. John with hammer here. His first skip rock in the 5th end. On top by 1 in a very well played curling game. Hands up from the front end, thinking that it's got plenty of weight. That's usually an indication when the front end makes that call. Laura again going to look for a little tick off her own blue one here. If she can get a little tick off this, it's going to work.
Oh.
And it went through. A little too late on recognizing that one. With a hack weight shot there from John. A little tick may have slowed it down and got it behind. Roger's sitting 1 and 2 here. Now, if this rock's not going to bury, he's going to try and draw as well. If this rock is not going to bury, you want to leave it up so if John comes down and hits it, he's not shot rock.
Absolutely, yeah.
But ideally, getting it to the what John was trying to do would be the ideal shot to come right to the top of the 4-foot circle and set 3.
Yep, and the pro miss, of course, is just put up another tight guard.
Yep. Boy, it looks light out of his hand. How he's sweeping it out of his hand. Looks like guard weight. Well swapped. I don't believe they got this as far as they did. And it certainly cut off the path. Now what is John going to do to get his one here? Last rock at the end. He's going to have to tap that blue rock up, I believe. Or, yeah, he's going to try a raise on that blue one over there. Nope, he wants to draw. He just said to Laura he'd like to try and draw. Yellow sitting 1 and 2 with a big opportunity to steal here. If John draws full 8 foot and doesn't outcount the yellow one, he'll only give up 1. So, but he's got a piece of the 4 foot over there to draw to. Let's get his 1.
Looks like they're on it.
No, it's over curling, I believe. He's on the yellow one.
Yep.
So this is going to be a steal of 2 for Team Rowlett. And they now take a 5-4 lead, I believe, or a 4-3 lead. I got to take a look at the scoreboard here. 4-3. So after 5 ends, Team Rowlett 4, Team JCon 3. Steal of 2.
And an update of the score right now. We're in the 6th end on sheet 1 with Davis 10-3 over Del Monte. Sheet 2, we're still in the 5th, and Palazzoli is 5-1 over Stolman. And we are just on, still in the 5th end and it's Law 4-2 over Stevens. And sheet 5, it's DiGeronimo 11, actually 12. They're in 12-2 over Convoy, and they're in 6th end right now.
Thanks to my colleague Tim Hansen here for keeping you updated on all the other scores. I'm assuming some of these games might come to an end as lopsided as the scores are, but folks are still having fun out there, then keep on firing away, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So now no hammer for Rowlett. They've got a center guard up. Looks like he's trying to come around with this one. John put up a corner guard with Ben's first one. And definitely a cat and mouse game here. Hope you folks are enjoying it down there if anybody's out in the chat room. Okay.
And a shout out to Gerald Rissell watching from Florida.
All right. Thanks for being with us. So Ben will attempt a draw here behind the guard that he put up with his first one. Line looks real good. Weight looks good.
It's an over curl.
Yeah, it kind of buckled on him, didn't it? Well, nothing wrong with that. That's still usable.
Oh, absolutely.
Just got 2 corner guards up, that's all. Making it that much harder to reach if you can get one behind it. Howie Feldman on his draw attempt here. All important sixth end.
It's looking like a nice draw.
Yeah, this weight's real good. That's a good shot from Howie. It's
Yep.
going to come out it's going to peek out the other side, though. It didn't bury.
No, but
Buried and came right out the other side.
You got draw weight now? Draw weight. Draw. Go, go, go. Slow down. Quick. Hurry. Come on.
A little light there from Jan. I don't know if she's by. No. Opened it up, though.
yep.
That's not bad. Roger going to play defensive, or is he going to get another one on the rings? Little tap there. That's a good shot, actually. Yeah. It's really just draw weight. It's the same weight for both shots. If it over curls and misses it, that's okay. And if it just taps it behind the blue one, and you might roll your shooter behind the center guard, which would be, I think, the ideal scenario. And I think this is a scenario by which I call the first one. I think he's going to miss that one and just slide on by it. That's perfect.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. He's got an open look at the one on the left.
Looking to double it?
You know, I think he's looking to hit and roll. He thought about it. This rock is a little more covered up. Trying to throw normal at shot rock here is tough because it's half. You can only see half of it from the other end.
Yeah.
Looking down at it, you can see on the right side of our screen. It's not an open hit.
No, that's
Oh boy, this went the. Oh, I thought it lost the handle there for a second. This is a good shot. Got rid of one of them. And Roger's going to have to deal with that or cover this one up. Aggressive move here. No hammer. Interesting call here. If he stuffs another one in there, that's great.
That's true.
If he doesn't get it there, he's opening up the door for two. Another option would be to take the blue one out and roll over in front of the yellow one.
Yeah.
A little hit and roll.
Same way.
Wow, look at that bend.
Gonna sit 1 and 2. It's a good shot.
Beautiful shot.
Switch.
Front of the tee line, covered the pin. Quite possibly.
Hurry. Switch. Switch.
So now they're going to try that hit.
Oh, this is tough with that guard in the way. That nasty guard. You gotta, one of the options would be aggressive earlier in the end. As soon as the free guard is over, get rid of that guard. There wasn't a lot of damage, control at that point, but if she's by, this is going to be great. Even if it chips it out of the way, it's not bad. I think she's by.
Oh, absolutely.
She's by. What a great shot from Laura. That's a beauty. It's going to roll away, unfortunately. Okay. Now things are getting a little sticky for Roger because there's a couple of blue rocks on the park sitting second and third. So now does he go after that rock, which he probably will since it's in front of the tee line? Or, wow, another draw. Or, wow. And I know in his mind he's thinking if she's a little wide, he could tick off it and roll.
Yep.
But this is interesting strategy here. He's really confident that Michelle can make another draw here. Excuse me.
It's got a curl.
A little heavier than the first one. Well thrown, though. Well thrown.
Well, bumped it off the pin, but it's...
Yep.
Yeah, if you can just freeze that right on there, that'll be a tough one to remove.
Yeah. Having a little wide here from Laura, I think. It's coming though.
Still a little wide. Maybe. Oh.
Didn't outcount anything. Now Roger's got to put one right in between the two yellow ones, and that will be a real hard rock for John to deal with if he can freeze one right to the yellow ones here.
Yeah.
Come on! You gotta come all the way hard! Come on! Come on!
The good news for blue is if Roger doesn't make a shot here, leaves it short, there's a double with the blue, blue, yellow, yellow going. We'll see behind Roger in a second here.
Right
blue,
there.
blue, yellow, yellow, bloom. I think both yellows go bye-bye if your nose hit the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't hot. Nicely. That's my shot. Something awful.
Let's see what Roger can do here. If Roger can freeze one right on the button in front of his two yellow ones, it's going to leave John in a bit of a pickle to open things up a little bit here. Looks real good. A little wide. A little wide. A little wide. He's still going to sit too, I believe. Maybe three. Looks like we have a final, our first final on sheet 2.
Yes. I don't have the final score yet, but it looks like Palazzoli.
Yep, Team Palazzoli the winner in our B event final. Congratulations to Team Palazzoli. Down to John's first skip rock here in the 6th end. Big shot here for John. Looks like yellow sitting possibly 2 for sure, possibly 3. There is a pocket to draw to here. If he can slide one in between these two yellows, it's not going to go anywhere.
No, and
Roger would almost relinquish one at that point, I believe. Line looks good. It's definitely got enough weight. got a curl.
There it goes.
This is a money shot if it goes. I got to let it come up a little. Got to let it come up and just slide right in there. Oh, what a beautiful shot from
Beautiful
John.
shot.
Beauty. Great shot. I can't tell who shot from here. I think the blue rock is shot rock.
Just wait. Just wait. Stay with it. Stay with it. Go. Come on. Come on. Right up in here. Come on. That's good. That's good. That's good. Hold it. Hold it.
Rogers' last rock in the sixth end here, trying to figure out how to get out this bit of a conundrum, because John's going to have a shot for a multiple end here if Roger doesn't play defense here. He's got to put one right there, right in front of the whole pile. Yep. Doesn't want to give him two. Don't know if it's covering the pin or not here. We'll have to wait to the end of the end if it doesn't get moved around. Great shot there from John Jaycon. He had a pocket to draw to, and he made it. He had a little rock to rub off there on the outside of the 4 foot. Roger playing a little bit of defense here now. There's not much he can do. I'm not sure if that rock is covering from this angle, if that rock is covering the pin or not for two. We'll just have to wait and see after John's last shot. And Roger will play defense here and just try and block the path to give John more than one. Freezing right on that rock is not bad. And this looks a little light.
Yep, they're on it.
Not going to get there. So now the question is, does John have a shot for a multiple end? And we're just going to have to look and see here. Does he have a shot? Can he hurt himself? That's the question.
Yeah.
I don't think he can hurt himself.
No, if you just bump your blue a little back, those two yellows will move.
What about the double raise? The blue, blue, yellow, yellow, and double them out for 3, maybe 4. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That blue rock that's up in the top of the 8 foot, he's not even looking at it, but I don't think he can hurt himself, can he? If he hits that blue rock anywhere, he can't hurt himself.
No.
So looking down at it that way, that would be that rock right. Nope, not that one. That one. Bingo. Hit it. Where did the 2 yellows go bye-bye, don't they?
Yeah.
From where we're sitting, it looks like it's a pretty easy shot, but
he's going for the draw.
He's going for the draw. God, he'd get a bundle out of this if he comes the other way. And we have a final on sheet 5. Team DiGeronimo victorious over Convoy. Congratulations to Team DiGeronimo in our D event final. Sheet 1 also Team Davis victorious over Team Del Monte. Congrats to our E event finalists. Team Davis. Nope. So a score of 1 there. They were not covering the pin. So now we have a tie game. It is 4-4. at the end of 6, heading for our 7th end. Team Jacon quite possibly missing a big opportunity there for a big multiple end. He had kind of a run back double on his own 2 stones. He may have been able to peel the 2 yellow ones behind the 4-foot. He didn't think he could hurt himself there, but didn't care to do it, and thought there was some risk factor involved there. So we've got a tie game and a 2-end game here.
Absolutely. And it looks like on sheet 4, they're still in the 6th end.
Center guard there from Ben. Roger with hammer. 6th end. Team Rowlett. And our A final was billed a good game, and it's really proven true to that. It's just a superb game, nip-tuck game. Nobody seems to be able to get a leg up on either team.
Nope, not at all.
See if the ice is going to slow down a little bit with all the bodies leaving now. Sheet 4 in our C event final still going on between Team Law and Team Stevens. Good looking shot coming here from Ben. Got to the nose, came a long way. Good throw, very nice shot. Little smile there from Ben. Nervous time here late in the game. Nobody's trying to miss, that's for sure. Howie trying a little directional sweeping here, and it might have worked.
Yeah.
Good shot. That's also coming to the nose, just off.
Yeah, just pushed it right in.
Great game, huh, Tim?
Oh, absolutely.
A real good game. Jan Rischel now will attempt to get this Yellowstone off the rings. Stick around.
Stick around, maybe hopefully tuck under the guard.
Sure. Beautiful shot. Getting right to the nose pretty much. Good throw.
Yep.
Roger with hammer here. I think he'd love to get one under the guard.
Yeah, they're on it right off the bat.
Definitely by. Again, looks like a nose hit. Just off. Looks like it might have backed up on him. Looked like it was curling.
Yeah.
And it was going from left to right, and it kind of just straightened out and went back to the left right towards the end. I think if you're Roger Rowlett here, you'd like to try and play for a blank end. Hammer coming home tied.
Oh, absolutely. And he has that opportunity at the rate we're going.
Jan's going to get a little roll out of this one. And she got it right under the guard. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. And he's going to try and peel it out of there, just tick it out of there. And if it hits the guard up high, the blue guard, it's
That's not a
just
bad
as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy.
That's in the guard.
Might do it the hard way.
Oh,
No, it jammed it, but it left it in the open. So now the plot thickens a little bit here. Sure.
yeah, absolutely. Draw behind that.
And short's okay.
Yeah.
No hammer. Front end doesn't think it needs any help. Laura just yelled all there. And it's going to put another rock on the park.
Just ticked it.
Oh, unfortunately, it's going to leave it in the open. This leaves Roger an out here now. Little hit and roll, and he can still be in line playing for two with a made shot here. Seventh end. Down to Vice Rocks here. Going to take it out and lose her shooter, I believe. Yep.
Yep.
Laura will get another chance at her draw here. Got to be thinking in your mind that if it doesn't bury, short's okay.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's about the same weight she just threw. A little lighter. No, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Going to go right through. Unfortunate there for Laura. So the door's still open for Michelle to make a draw here. Not a bad call here. He's going to try and pick this rock out of here. And certainly if you tick that yellow guard out of the way is just fine. Getting rid of your own stone. You really don't want to center guard with hammer here.
Nope.
Roger thinking the line's a little tight. And she's definitely on the top one, which is not a bad thing. You want to keep going to roll it away, however. And that's just fine for Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
Opens things up. Yep. John using his head here, talking to Laura. Now, if you spread these rocks out, you're forcing Roger to take one.
Yes.
Okay? So that's really a fine call. You don't want to go anywhere near this other rock now, being a tie game in the seventh end. Splitting them's okay. If you just tap it back and you don't make the shot, you leave Roger a double. So I think he's up. I'm not sure what he's doing. It looks like he's playing a raise on his own stone. Great game, though. God, I'm enjoying this.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. He's drawing. I think he just said we're playing a draw, but if you split these two rocks, it achieves the same thing that I was explaining earlier.
Yeah, we're
Was where you're spread apart.
yeah.
Sitting two. Tough double. Trying to force Rowlett to one. Definitely want it on the rings. A little split rock here. This is going to work out real good for John. This is going to work out really good for him.
Nice little tap. And
Perfect.
Spread
It's
him
a
out.
perfect shot. However, there is a little chance for Roger to hit and slide underneath
Yep.
this rock and still be in the business for two. But that center guard is a good one for John with one rock to go for him. You know, and open hits haven't come easy today for, if you think of the history of this first six ends. So if Roger were to hit and roll way over to the outside rings, it's not a gimme of a takeout. He's back in line to play two as long as it's out counting the one at the top.
Absolutely.
So it's and I think ideally he'd like to hit and come underneath the guard. But it's going to be close enough to where he could double him out and sit two. All kinds of little scenarios here without many rocks in play. Usually without many rocks in play, you don't have that kind of strategy, if you will. Nose hit.
No, it's hit, but
Definitely want to hit and stick here now. If you're John Jaycon, sit one and two, force Roger to one against two,
yep.
and Roger might have to draw, which I'm sure he'll do for his one if John noses this. Because I don't know that he'll be shot rock if he will not be shot rock if he hits the nose of the
Yes.
impending takeout, which John is definitely throwing. Get rid of this yellow rock and you take two completely out of the equation. Oh boy. I think he's got it. He's going to roll out, which is not horrible. Yeah, that's not horrible.
No.
So now Roger, it makes Roger's blank end easier
Yes.
because there's only one stone in play, right?
Yep.
Just hit this and roll away. Keep the hammer coming home in the eighth, and I'm certain that's what he'd like to do. There's no way Roger would like to score here.
No, absolutely not.
Roger, in an attempt to blank the end here. And I think he's going to score. And he's scoring. To take not exactly what he had in mind. I don't believe that he wanted to score there.
No,
but
you didn't.
nonetheless, Team Rowlett is ahead 5-4 at the end of at the end of 7. And our eighth end coming for home now. John Jaycon will have the hammer down 1. Not a bad spot to be in.
And on the fourth sheet, there's still, I think it's down to skip stones on the sixth end, or seventh end, and it's Law 6 over Stevens 2.
Which turn do you like here, Ben? We're going to take it out. Which turn do you want?
MJ coming deep behind the forefoot with her opening rock. You really need the guards to be up front early in the end here. Oh boy, this rock really jumped.
Wow.
Really jumped on him. Not getting there. Now Roger will look to,
Put a guard right up.
oh yeah. Good looking shot coming here from MJ. Definitely gonna guard up here. Good shot.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, Ben. Same weight you just threw. Come down to it. Push it back a little bit. Fine. Same weight you just threw.
Ben Gaetano with his possible last shot of the day. Unless we have an extra end. Looks pretty good. Yeah, hit the water safari slide here.
Yep.
And a beautiful shot. It's a great shot, Ben. Very
Oh,
nice.
beautiful shot. Just over curled it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well said, John. He said we're forced to play in forefoot, and that is true. You want to come freeze right down on this rock, I believe,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
because the other rock is why it's the takeout is there on the other side, the
Yep.
raised takeout. Boy, this looks light. I don't know that they're going to get this there. I don't think so.
Just bumped off the guard.
John's saying that he likes that. He likes that center guard. I'm not sure I like that center guard there. But, yeah, because it's a little too far outside.
Howie's stone is coming in. And a little wide. An unfortunate miss for Howie. He just was a little wide and it just skated right in the back.
Okay. So the door is open here for Team JCon in the 8th end of a well-played, nail-biting curling game. I'm sure everybody's going to need therapy at the end of this one. When these games are like this, where every shot seems to matter, you know, it's just such a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
This looks a little heavy to me.
Oh,
Going to come to the backer. So that's what I call a hurt shot. Not exactly.
not exactly.
Yeah. Now Roger can spoil the party here with a freeze on shot rock. John's still going to have some rocks to run out of the way too. You know, he could take a chance to tie this game and get the front end opened up as well. See what Michelle can do here with her first stone of the last end. If the weight is right, this rock will buckle at the end here.
Yep.
And here it comes. Weight's real close.
Yeah.
Real close. A little light maybe. Roger's jumping out.
Yep.
Oh, well swept rock. That's a beautiful shot.
Yes.
Blue is still counting, but that rock's in a real precarious area here for John. Come on down here and take a look, Laura. First time today we've had that kind of conference, but there's this is a very pressured shot here. I mean, John can hurt himself. You know, you don't mind playing an extra end, but what you don't want to do is do the work for the other team.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Sound like a bird chirping out there.
Yeah.
What do we want to do? I'm not sure what he's going to do.
That's tough because the ways Roger has those yellows, you can do a takeout.
Yeah, your rock's in a precarious situation to
Yeah,
have
I mean-
both of those yellow ones in front. I almost think that you got to try, if you want to win the game, open the front end up here.
Yeah.
For their first one. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you get everything back, it's okay, you know.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. This is a good call here. He's really got nothing else that's a simple shot, you know.
No.
There's nothing simplistic. Here, if he could just open it up, get that blue one out of the way, even if he chips it out of the way. Good things might happen if he hits half a rock. He might get rid of the rock that was just thrown by Michelle and have it wide open. Not easy shots. Neither is an easy shot.
No. So he's looking at tapping his blue back into the yellow and hopefully.
John's stepping out to take a look. The angles are big here because you don't want to leave yellow sitting 3 here or 2 if you can help it. Guarded. Okay. I like this call. He's got to give himself a look here. Right now those yellow rocks are in. Can almost hit the inside of the yellow one on top of the forefoot and double the other one out and sit 1-2, can't you?
Yeah.
I think you can. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, do it or not? Oh goodness, she flashed it. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, it's unfortunate for Laura. Even if she chips the blue one out of the way, it's a made shot, you know. Blue still shot rock. Back 4. So what Roger's trying to do is to come around the blue one and just give a little smooch to the yellow rock in front of the button.
Just to bump it
and
out.
Just to tap it right back to the button and sit shot.
Yep.
Guard it if he makes it right. Wow. This will be one to tell your kids about. It's just draw weight. You just got to get around the blue guard. If it's around the blue guard with the right weight, it's a made shot. Line's still good. Line's still good.
Weight's pretty good, too.
Yeah, it's a
Little light.
Oh, it lost the handle.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, it went the other way. That was a really close shot. That was a money shot, I believe, if it didn't reverse handles on her. First one we've seen all day, I believe. Wow. Pebbles breaking down. It's late in the game. A lot of people left the ice, so Pebbles starting to break down a little bit too. And John's going to attempt that same run back on the blue rock. I believe if he can crotch hit these two right in the middle, if he can run that blue rock right back to the two yellow ones right in the center, he's going to sit 1 and 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Got a chance. It's actually over curling.
Yeah, it's just going to get the one. Ooh. It overcurled and hit the...
Okay, now Roger's got to play. Got a shot at getting the blue one out of here now with removing that rock. Oh,
yep.
Boy. Oh, mercy. First rock, no hammer for Roger Rowlett. Down to skip rocks in our A final of the 6-sheet open, second annual. Roger hits this right, he's going to sit 5, maybe 6. He might keep his shooter if he hits it just off nose.
And we have a final on sheet 4. Looks like Law has beaten Stevens.
So all our other games are done. We're down to the A final, 8th end. Down to skip rocks here.
And they got it out.
And a good shot there from Roger. A little narrow. The sweepers held it on line. So John down to his first skip rock. God, if he draws one, can he just... Is there enough room to just slide one between those two?
Ooh, that's a very tough draw, but you could do it.
first skip rock. John Jaycon, a final. Down 1 with hammer. Team Rowlett is sitting 5 right now on the rings. John trying to make a little hit and slide underneath here, I think. Double there, thin double is there. He's going to leave his rock in the open, but it will be in front of the yellow rock in the back of the forefoot if he hits this correctly, with a possible jam for Roger. And it looks a little wide.
Yep.
But it is going to open up this side of the...
Well, he's going to hit it. Oh.
Nope.
But
Right. Huh? If Roger doesn't throw, the only option John has to score is on the side that they're standing on. So right there, a guard just to cut the rings down, I think would be the ideal scenario for this rock.
yeah, guard in the top 12.
Right on the C and the A of Utica.
Yep.
Because he won't be shot if he comes to the nose of the one in front of the forefoot. I'm not sure what John's going to have here. He's not going to have much except an in off this yellow one on this side, and that's
Yep.
a really hard shot.
That's a tough shot.
You got to fire it, hit half of it, and slide it over. That's a hard shot. I think a good guard here from Roger could seal the deal. But we'll see what John has up his sleeve. He actually, believe it or not, has an in off this blue rock way out here also.
Yep.
That might be easier or because it's in front of the tee line, right?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Lost
Rock
handle
lost
again.
handle. It's going to leave John a draw. Not a gimme. I think if he comes to the backer, it's not good enough. So he's got a draw here, right?
Yeah.
If he comes to the back forefoot, I don't think he's going to be shot rock. Yep, got to put it right on the American flag here. Touch the button to win the game. Big smile from John. Easygoing guy that he is. Former club president. It's good to see them out there. So a chance to win the game. This is why the skips get the big bucks, folks. You got to draw the little circle in the middle to win the game here.
Oh,
I'm sorry, to tie, they can force an extra end. Excuse me. And I'd be very happy to stay here and call the extra end, so I hope he makes it. Oh, if he covers the pin, it's 2. Right.
Yeah.
Good call. Don't like the rule, that's why. I'm avoiding the non-traditional one.
And actually, this weekend it did come in play
Yes,
to
it did.
several games.
Yep, this one too.
Yep.
Second end. No pressure, John. You just got to draw the button. You almost have to pretend there's no rocks out there, you know? I'll tell you what, it's starting to curl. If it's got legs, it might get there. They got to go hard. They got to go real hard. Oh, it's over curling on them. And so just a little light. What a great game, though. Congratulations to Team Rowlett. That's Roger Rowlett, Michelle McEnroe, Howie Feldman, and MJ Walsh.
Wow.
Victorious over John Jaycon, Laura Jaycon, Jan Rischel, and Ben Gaetano. It was really an entertaining game to call. And I hope you folks enjoyed it out there. We enjoyed it here. Thanks to my sidekick, Tim Hansen, did a great job.
Well,
and we'll see you on Wednesday. For those of you, our next live stream will be on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock, where we will be calling the final of the rink, which is the bottom of the men's ladder. That will be between Jerry Archambault and Tim Crofton. And we'll look forward to seeing you then. Dave Craig Nolan saying goodbye from the Utica Curling Club.